Good evening, everybody, and once again, welcome back to the channel. In this particular video, I would love to talk about, with a simple hands-on lab, I would love to show incremental compaction for large iceberg table, a rolling window approach, and now how I compacted about 6.7 terabyte of iceberg table. So let me give you some background before that. Recently I was tasked to load some data set, a one-time load, where the data set was about 6.7 terabytes, right? Billions and billions of rows, right? So I used insert override partition and then I set the distribution mode to none. Again, I wrote a blog in the past over here, as you can see. Because of that, I was able to load the data, which previously took about 1.3 hours, into relatively like about 11 minutes, right? So I loaded the data set, right? Now, after loading the data set, there were a lot of small files, right? Now, you cannot run compaction on that entire table. It's just gonna run out of memory or it's gonna throw an error. So how can you compact such a large table? In this particular video, I would like to share a small glimpse of it, and I'll of course have a lab as well. So let's get started. So the approach is simple, right? So let's say again in this particular demo video, I have a workshop or lab. So again, your iceberg table is partitioned by days, right? Some date partition, right? Now, instead of compacting everything, you can what you can do is you can say, hey, I want to consider 60 days I want to go 60 days back. Okay, in that 60 days, I'm gonna grab the first 7 days, compact, move my window to the next 7 days, compact, move my window to the compact, then again move my window to the next 7 days. So I will slide my window over here, right? That's the concept. So let me show you, right? I have a lab I prepared for you. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna delete this iceberg table and I'm gonna actually show you this approach, okay? So let me go to my Jupyter notebook and I hope you enjoy this. Again, Jupyter notebook will be there in the description later on. So first I'm gonna create a Spark session, as you can see. Okay, so I have my Spark session ready. Now I'm gonna create some mock table, but the most important part that I'm trying to mimic here is a partition, right? I'm partitioning this table by date in Iceberg, okay? So let me do that, okay? So I'm gonna execute that. And then I have a helper function which will insert some mock data. And this is the function that's gonna be doing the incremental compaction. So as you can see, this takes a table name, days back, how much days you wanna go back, and then window size in days. So in that, let's say 60-day window, right? I wanna take the first 3 days, compact, move my window, next 3 days, compact, move my window, and keep doing it, right? And of course the target file size, right? So let me execute this first of all, okay? And then I have a function which will basically print some stats about each partition, right? So first one, I'm gonna call the function load sample data. What this function will do is it's gonna load a lot of data into my iceberg table, small files necessarily. If you can see here, I had deleted this, okay? So if you see here, I do see these folders being populated and each folder has a bunch of Parquet files, as you can see over here, right? So I'm gonna wait for this to complete. This will take about couple of seconds, about 10 to 20 seconds, right? So as you can see, I have loaded about 20 days worth of data, right? Now I will click on the function check table. So as you can see, each folder has about 5 files so far. These are very small files, okay? I mean, I can run it once again. I think this is gonna generate some more files, but let me see if I can generate again. So this is again inserting some more data, right? So 10 days back, 20 days back, and then I think one last is 30 day back, and then that should be done. So what we are doing is we are creating like a lot of files, right? So each, again, you have some log data. I don't know, you're doing an append only, right? So you have a lot of files, right? Now, so if I do again, as you can see, I have 10 files for each particular day, right? Correct? So far so good, right? So if you're gonna go to the image, I have these days, okay, over here. And we see that in the iceberg, correct? So let me collapse this, right? These are all our day partition, right, guys? Okay. Let me see if I can directly just collapse. Yeah, so this is that, right? Now we're gonna execute the incremental compactor, right? And of course you can do threading also in that if needed, right? So table name, this is my table that I wanna compact. I wanna go 60 days back from current time. My window would be 3 days, which means I will first compact from day 1 to day 3, day 3 to day 6, and so on. I'm gonna keep sliding my window, and then at the end I'm gonna print the stats again, okay? So if you see the function that I have over here, it's relatively very simple function that I have. Let's see here, yeah. So we print all the stats, and here you can see while current date is less than equal to the end date, right? we just grab the window end time, start time, end time, and then we just call the stored procedure, right? And we keep moving the window here, right? The strategy is bin packing. This is the table. These are the options, of course, right? As you can see. So yeah, and then the most important is we have this where clause, right? Where dt greater than equal to the start time and dt less than equal to end time. So we have that window, okay? Now let's execute the compaction. So I think I'm gonna execute this function over here. As you can see, this got executed relatively faster and then it printed the stat again. So from each partition had about 10 files. Now we are down to about 1 file for each partition, right? So just wanted to point this out, and again, so really amazing way to compact data in Iceberg. Of course, this is something that I used, and I thought it will benefit other people also, right? So I wrote a Medium blog as well, and everything is there on code and resources is there on my Medium blog. So with that being said, with this strategy, what I did is I went back like 60 or 70 days, and then I took 7-day window, and then I ran compaction, and this way I was able to compact a larger table relatively faster, right? So make sure you read the blog. There are other configuration and setting mentioned on the blog. So I hope that helps you out. With that being said, keep smiling, keep programming, and the Jupyter notebook, I'll upload it shortly. And if you have any question, as usual, please make sure to comment on the video. I'll try my level best to get back as soon as I can. With that being said, keep smiling, keep programming, and I will see you in the next video.